keep on hearing people say, until Palestine is free, nobody is free.
Go back and watch the original, please. Watch it. Learn from it. And I'm Ob Davis, the Tribeless Outsider. A lot of my reclaiming of my own Indigenous identity is thanks to the Indigenous people of the North Americas. Through their sharing of their stories, I learned to recognize the truth about my own as an Indigenous North African. And this is why before October, I often spoke about the rights of Indigenous people, the fact that they deserve their land back, the fact that we are settlers on this land as immigrants and children of immigrants. And that includes you, descendants of Euro colonizers. I never said it was all linked to Philistine. What I've always said is Philistine is the demonstration of the requirement of the liberation of all Indigenous peoples. And the truth is that while colonialism has turned Swana people into circus animals, and I don't mean that as an insult to Swana people, I mean that as the truth, that they have depleted our resources and stolen everything from our land, leaving us as nothing more than an option for them to be tourists on our land. Tourists when their companies and their governments own our resources and our governments. And from that point of view, and the fact that we have grown in many of our motherlands, and currently to this day, even as settlers, to still worship YT man and their legacy of nothing but theft and pillaging and murder. We have been taught to disrespect the Indigenous people of the North Americas, the Indigenous peoples of the Australias, of Hawaii, of everywhere. We have been taught as colonized people, as Indigenous colonized people, who have been weaponized into becoming settlers. We have been fooled and taught to disrespect our North American brothers and sisters that are constantly, to this day, still suffering from a genocide. This did not start or end with Philistine. And this will not start and end with Philistine. This will end when all Indigenous colonized people are free. That is why I have no problem saying unconditional, universal land back. And what is most uncomfortable is for all us children of settlers. Because in a way, it almost makes our place in this space feel threatened. But the fact is, it was never ours to take, and it was never ours to have, and we've had nothing this entire time. To honor a land back movement is not to let go of something we ever had, because we never had it. We simply were the violent servants of those who were stealing and pillaging and murdering. So the fact is, it's not about a free Philistine. It is about a universal land back. A free Philistine, a free Congo, a free Sudan, a free Cuba, and a free every Indigenous group of the North Americas, the South Americas, the Americas in total, every indigenous group in Europe, because those existed. And that's the thing about the creation of race. Is it even washed away the identities of indigenous people who could never be categorized as white, but were told they were white in order to weaponize them against indigenous people of other lands. And once those lands were conquered, then those people became white. And like children seeking the approval of an abusive parent, we oblige. It's time to wake up. We need to sit in this discomfort. We need land back now. And as indigenous people, if you have been weaponized as settlers, the only way to break the curse is for us to accept our role as settlers and to even push more for unconditional, universal land back. And the fact is, when land is in the hands of indigenous people, it belongs to no one, but we belong to it. We become a part of something that actually matters. Not something that man has lied to us. YT man has lied to us to make us think that they always matter more. Wake